Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the PK's Tailgate. Just a few thoughts this morning about some things that I've been thinking about and God's been talking to me about. You know, the phrase that keeps coming up is, doing for God and being with God. And so many times we try to do for God instead of being with Him. And what does it mean to be with Him? I think about, just in my own life, and a lot of times, we'll come to God and, we'll ask and ask and ask for different things and all of that. But, I think the most part, I think He just wants us to be still and quiet with Him and just let Him talk to us. It's us. A lot of times it's just us doing all the talking. And, one of the things that I try to do is here am I, Lord. Just like drawing a total blank right now. The prophet Samuel, man, when he was a boy, he thought he was sleeping in the tabernacle in the temple, and he thought he heard Eli calling him, and he kept going, here I am. But Eli was like, I'm not talking to you. And finally it was like, okay, here am I, God. Here am I, Lord. And I think sometimes in our lives, we need to do stuff like that. We need to just say, hey, here am I, Lord. Just speak to me. And, when we, sometimes we try to call ourselves friends of God and those kind of things. And yet the only time we ever talk to God is when we're at church, or if we need something, or or something like that. Think about your own friends in your life. How do you cultivate that friendship with them? How does that relationship start? A lot of times it's you talking and you listening, and you talk and then they listen. It's back and forth. But it's not just this little 5-minute thing. It's not 2 minutes. It's hours sometimes. It's hours of just spending time with that person to get to know who they are. And I think for us, God really, really desires that. He desires us just to sit and listen and be still before Him. Let Him do the talking. Let Him speak to us. Let Him, let His presence just come on us and just be with us. And for so many years in my life, as a pastor, as a leader, as in my family and everything, I haven't spent enough time just listening to God. In the last several months, I've really started to cultivate this time with Him, where I just sit and just listen. And I'm quiet before God. Yeah, it's a discipline, but we can sit and listen to a podcast. We can sit and listen to music. We can sit and listen and watch a TV show. We can sit in a movie theater for 2 hours, but we can't sit and listen to God. I mean, that's crazy. I heard that this morning when I was walking. It was like, how much time can you spend with me? And that's all He wants. He wants our time. He doesn't want our works. He doesn't want all of our other stuff. All that stuff comes with spending time with God, and that's what I'm learning during this season of my life. It's just spending time with Him. And that's when you spend time with Him, you begin not to worry about those kind of things. And that's when you cast all your burdens upon Him. And I'm just going to rest in You, God. You're in control, instead of us trying to do for God. Just being with God is the biggest thing. But yeah, I'll talk more about it eventually, and some more in some of the other podcasts. But hey, be sure to like, subscribe, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe on there. I want to do these live, but YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else, you have to have so many people following you and all of that stuff before you can actually do it. So please like, subscribe. I think for YouTube it's like 100 subscribers. Turn on the notifications, and then you'll get a notification when I do go live. But I'd love to have some interaction with people and all of that. But leave your comments in the comment section, and and we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Appreciate each one of you. Hey, don't forget, on Wednesday, episode 2 will be dropping. It's already been recorded. Yeah, it's powerful. So just be sure and catch that when it does drop. All right, talk to you guys later. Love you. Have a great day. Bye.